In this episode, I am traveling through the Mark Twain National Forest in search of Bigfoot activity at the Current River Conservation Area. For the past year and a half, I've been experiencing large amounts of Bigfoot activity at the Killing Fields farm specifically, and I am returning to the area in hopes of capturing the vocalizations that I've heard in the past, unknown creatures stomping through my campsite after I go to bed, and the glowing eyes out in the woods, along with orb phenomenon in the forest. Throughout the years, I have come up with techniques on capturing the orbs, the vocalizations, and the orb phenomenon. Stick around because I think you guys will be impressed by what I captured. Hey everyone, and welcome to another Sasquatch theory research video. On today's episode, we are out here at the Killing Fields camping for a few days, and I figured I would switch things up. We're actually in the fields this time, and I wanted to switch things up so we can get different results. Since I've met David, I've been camping up there on the campground. We've had experiences, but I thought, why not camp in the Killing Fields where he finds all the bones, the rock stacks, and the mutilated cattle. We see the orbs up there on the ridges, but the main reason I'm camping here at the Killing Fields is because we have a huge wide field of view, and it's going to be better with the thermal devices, especially the drones. It's going to be easier to take off, especially at nighttime, because it's kind of a pain in the butt flying that drone through the trees. But yeah, on this trip I invited Adam from the Half Inch Wrench crew. He's out here. He brought his hot tent. I have my hot tent. I didn't bring the stove because it's pretty warm. I think it's going to be kind of chill at night, but it's not going to be freezing temperatures, so I didn't bring the stove because that's a lot of work. It's super heavy, it's hard to set up, and you have to feed it firewood all night long, so I didn't bring it. I don't feel like I needed to, but anyways, I feel like with the drone, I got the new drone back, we're going to be able to see wildlife around us. It's going to be easier to spot things out, and I've been having a few issues with the new drone, but I'm working with Audible to get everything lined out before we have another catastrophic failure. But right now we're going to go into the park. The park's right there, guys. It's right behind our tents, and the waterway, the creek, goes right there. So we have water all around us, and I feel like the cryptids, if they're around, maybe they're not, but if they are, they'll be following the waterways coming from the conservation area to our campsite. And I brought all of my audio recorders, so I have 5 audio recorders all together, and I'm going to place them all around the park instead of all around the property like I usually do, and I capture the same sounds. It doesn't matter even if it's like half a mile away or a whole mile away, like I'm still hearing the same stuff. This time I brought different audio recorders so we can set them up miles and miles apart, and we can try to figure out where these boogers are at, and hopefully they're vocalizing. Maybe they won't be, and that's okay, but at least we can say we tried. And I feel like if we do get sounds in a particular area, we can kind of narrow things down and focus on that specific spot. So yeah, let's get our gear together, we'll get out in the park, and we'll get to it, guys. Yowie's in his natural environment. He loves it out here, and he's a cattle dog, so being out here in the field, it's like he's in the zone. And if something comes up to our camp, he's gonna let us know. We have the drone launch pad right there. It's orange, so that way we can see it really high up in the sky. And the main reason I have that set up is so when I land the drone, it doesn't scratch the lens on some sticker bushes. So I've done that before, and I don't want to do it again. All right, so we have the Ford truck ready to go. I did bring the e-bike, and Adam's got his e-bike as well, so we can ride around in the park. The old Cabela's chair, the big igloo cooler. I'll show you guys what I got in there. Some non-alcoholic beer, a bunch of energy drinks, mushrooms. We got some steaks, some pork in there, summer sausage, some tamales, strawberries, breakfast burritos. There's the drone. They sent me a whole new drone, whole new case and accessories. They didn't send me new batteries though, and that's like the main thing that probably went wrong last time, but that doesn't really make much sense. But yeah, let's go in here. A few people said this is bigger than their house. Yeah, come on in, Yowie. There's the cot. We got the Cabela's table right here, the Anchor Solix battery. It works pretty good, honestly. The battle helmet, the Robert Kreider parabolic dish, that's what I call it anyways. Robert Kreider, big shout out to you. I appreciate the work that you do. There's the audio recorders, and I got them labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. The recorders labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the SD cards in there are labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then when I put them out there in the conservation area on my map, I usually use Hunt Stand or Onyx maps. I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I get, let's say, a vocalization on 4, I know it came from this recorder, because if you don't label them, you're going to be like, oh, where did that sound come from? I have no idea. So that's important to do. I got the DJI Mini 2 drone, that way we can get more airtime. I do plan on setting this up with the audio recorder. This is bacon grease that I've been collecting for a long time. Every morning I make bacon and I collect the grease, but we're going to set it up around our camp and by the recorders. And we also have some apples as well that we're going to set up with the audio. I'll show you guys the view. So I'm going to get up in the morning, or just whenever I come out here, and check this out. Look at the view. So when I'm running my pulsar thermal device, I'll be able to see a lot. Isn't that pretty cool? You can see the Ozark Mountains, and it's just beautiful. If there's deer, we'll be able to see them. And over there's the conservation area. It is spooky over there, I'm not gonna lie. And I hunted back there, and I had a lot of strange activity. The last time I was here, I saw the eyes somewhere up there. If you guys haven't seen that clip, I'll show you guys. Hey. Whoa. Hey. I left some apples for you. Are you a deer? What are you? Hey, I'm talking to you. Hey, bear. Sasquatch? And yeah, it was really spooky. It could have been a deer or a coyote. I definitely think it was not an owl. But when I got out of that situation and went back to my camp, I started hearing wood knocking. And the day before that, or a few days before that, we were hearing loud wood knocks in the park that same direction. Earlier, Adam said he heard a vocalization in that same direction. And I think I kind of know where they're at, but yeah, look at Yowie. He really likes Adam. He's a good dog, honestly. He can be a pain in the butt, but for the most part, he's the best dog I've ever had. I highly recommend an Australian Shepherd to anyone, not just Sasquatch researchers. He's just a really good, loyal dog. I don't have the perimeter collar on him. I don't have him on a leash, and he stays with us, guys. He doesn't go just running off to Neverland. What are you looking at, Adam? You see anything?
I thought I seen something moving up there.
Yeah?
I got out the Panasonic so I could zoom in on it, because you know the zoom's really good.
What'd you hear up there at the park when you and David were up there?
Well, I know I heard a knock.
Okay, sure. It was a knock.
But there was some vocalizations too. They were about 10 seconds apart every time, and it did it for probably 2 minutes.
Really?
And it was like a
yeah.
And then there was silence for about 10 seconds, and it would do it again. And
yeah.
It did sound like it was getting closer.
Me and Jansen heard them last time. 2 different vocalizations. One sounded like a female, another one sounded like a big male. I can't say it was Bigfoot because I didn't see them do it, but I've never heard anything like that. Middle of the day too, around 3 p.m.
Me and David was listening to it, and we was like, oh, what that is.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, because that's the same direction I heard those knocks last time. Like, to the left side of the gate, kind of. Out that way, in the park.
She's been hanging out right there all day.
But yeah, I'm thinking if we go down this Forest Service road, not too far away, hang the recorder kind of out in the open. Like, we don't want to hide it on the Sasquatch. Like, we want them to see it.
There goes that Crayman said they come up and they sniff them and touch them.
Yeah, I don't want them to think that I'm like tricking them, if that makes sense. So we'll just kind of leave it out in a spot. I want to leave it where me and you had that big thing come out of the woods.
Yeah,
and
good spot.
Yeah, and I think that's the spot where that guy made that BFRO report, where he saw the Sasquatch walking across the field when he was bow hunting. A very captivating report. I talk about it all the time. Every time I'm out here, I'm pretty sure I talk about it. But the vocalizations that I've heard when I'm at the campground, the wood knocks, they're all coming from this direction. But it makes sense why they would be here. There's no houses, super isolated. There's food plots, and this area attracts the deer. Shut it off. It'll turn on its own. At 5:30, it's gonna shut off. It's gonna shut off at like 3:33. I put it on there because that's kind of I gotta like triple, quadruple check it to make sure it's not on. But I think that's what happened the last time out here. It like turned on when I was setting it up, and it never came on, which is a bummer because it'll just kill your battery and you get no audio. Oh man, what the hell was that? Dude, I saw something. Okay, that was weird. I saw something big go across the back of that field, like it ran across the road back there. Not kidding, it did not look like a deer. It looked upright, kind of like a whitish brown color. It was big too, like massive. Dude, it could have been an elk. Maybe it was a bull elk back there. It had that color to it. You know how they have like that light brown color?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. But it went like behind that field in the tree line, across the road. Could have been a giant hawk or something. Dude, that was weird. We're in a good spot, man. All right, I'm gonna hang it on that same limb as last time. I doubt anyone will be out here.
Stick's still there too.
I just use a trail camera. I'll know the difference. I didn't bring the apples, but I have been collecting bacon grease. We're gonna smear some of this on the tree, and since there's wild hogs out here, feral hogs, if they smell this, they might come in. I feel like food or bacon grease isn't gonna necessarily get them to vocalize, but it might attract them. And maybe we'll hear some bipedal footsteps. Do you think this will work, Adam?
I think that'll work.
Okay, I think so too. I'm going to smear on that tree and kind of create a little perimeter of scent with the bacon grease. Who doesn't like bacon? It sounds kind of crazy, but it just might work. Ooh, it's gooey. It's gooey. So we're going to wipe some there. Some there. Squatch will definitely be in this area. They love the pines. You got huge forest here, no houses around, and a giant bowl, like I said. So whatever's in here, if they go off, we'll capture it.
Wait till you get down in here. It's well groomed. It goes like back around. It looks like a prime place to fly a drone.
Yeah, David and I have rode the side-by-side through here. It went a long way.
It does. It goes all the way down to the...
Yeah, some of these trails, David will take me on the side-by-side, and it's like, we'll be on there for hours. I'm like, oh, my back hurts. They're kind of rugged.
Looks like a fire control burn.
Oh, it is. Oh my god, it's so easy to turn these damn things on. That's why sometimes they don't fire off. Is this not a cool area?
It is.
Super majestic. That was perfect.
Take with you.
Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. Professional audio hanger. Remember those song meters we found in the park?
Yes.
I still wonder about that still to this day.
I wonder if they're still there.
Yeah. I want to get a few of those.
Me too.
Yeah. I don't feel like they're researching bats. What do you think?
I don't think so.
Yeah. And I've honestly speculated that the Sasquatch can do the same, like display the same behavior as bats. As far as the echolocation, I feel like that's why they do mouth pops, wood knocks. And when they do that, it bounces back an image to their brain, similar to bats. When bats do the echolocation, it sends out a signal, and the signal comes back, and they're able to see a 3D map of what's around them. Because they're blind. They're flying around, and they're able to like dive bomb on insects and catch them.
Gotta certainly explain how they see so well at night.
Yeah, exactly. So, who knows? We're being watched right now for sure by the Squatch. Let's put out some bacon grease here too. We'll put the stick here so we don't have to look for one later. We can ask them if there's some sort of like mind speak thing going on, that we want audio. I've heard people say that. Just ask them for audio. It's like, hey, Mr. Bigfoot, will you please vocalize this? I've tried that before. It doesn't work. I think it's all pretty random, honestly. I mean, they're definitely smart and display behavior that's beyond our comprehension. I don't know. David said that, like, he asked them to, like, leave him alone, and he said the activity kind of died down. No doubt they have an understanding.
It was Scott Carpenter's idea, wasn't it?
There we go.
It wasn't exactly center, but...
Yeah, Scott Carpenter, Jeff Meldrum, John Bendernagel, Kerry Arnold, Jane Goodall, they'll all be missed. For sure. I feel like all the good researchers are dying. Oh man, you can smell this. It smells greasy. We're being watched by conservation agents. They're like, what are they doing?
Why are they spreading bacon grease in the tree? What is that?
I know, right?
Bacon.
I mean, I feel like it'll attract something. It'll definitely attract predators. We did that at a research area, and the Squatch came up. I didn't see them. They didn't do anything, but Dennis's dogs, both of them were just like showing their teeth like wolves, growling and barking. Joe's over there cooking bacon. He's like, it'll work. It did work. Those dogs went nuts. They were barking into the cedar trees. I never saw anything. They didn't wood knock or do anything, but you could feel it like
they were in
there.
hunting mode. They didn't want you to know they were there.
Yeah. We would have had no idea they were there if the dogs weren't doing that.
Yeah. To me, that's the most aggressive group that I've heard is the story with Dentist.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's definitely something off in that area. I had no desire to camp in there either. It's like, I don't care if there is Bigfoot in there. I'm not camping there. Because you don't know, sometimes you don't know what a property owner has done to them. Like maybe he did say stuff on my videos, but maybe he didn't fully say things that he's done. Like, yeah, I poisoned them. You know what I mean? He's not going to say that on video. Like, who knows? Who knows? I'm not saying he did, but you never know. I feel like there was more to the story, so who knows? Like maybe he hung a juvenile or something.
Maybe he killed one.
Yeah, you never know, honestly.
And they're out to get back.
There's a reason they were so pissed off. I'm not saying he did, but I'm just saying maybe he did or someone else did something awful to them. I'm going to mark it on the map because this spot's a little trickier.
Yeah. This is where we found the song recorder set up by the government.
True story. Have you noticed nobody's driven by the entire day? Not one car.
Nobody.
We haven't passed anyone. We're the only ones out here. Thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of forest. And it's looking pretty good. I have really high expectations.
I do too.
With the recorders. But I feel like we're going to have the most activity over there at the farm.
This is the heaviest, hardest audio hit that is being done.
Yeah. And we have the main recorders back at camp. I have the Zoom H6 with the Rode microphones. It'll be the most professional audio.
I have the HN1 Zoom set also.
Now I have the option to set up that recorder next to camp on the hill behind us and just have it there in case we want to turn it on and hit record, or just leave it and let it run. We might have a better shot with leaving it and letting it run, but it's just going to be a lot more.
How many times we've missed knocks and vocalizations because we didn't have audio set?
All the time.
But it's been vice versa too. Had the audio set and not catch it.
I've captured a lot of wood knocks before on the audio recorders, and it just doesn't ruffle people's feathers, like, because it could easily be us out there knocking or acorns falling. We're gonna have to get real vocalizations, like a language, to really captivate people's minds. Oh yeah, this looks like an excellent spot. You can just see miles and miles away. Adam's got a recorder. He wants to set one up as well, so we'll have 5 recorders all together in the park. And I don't even know where I'm at right now. We just drove for miles, and we used the Hunt Stand app. We used the map off of there and the map on my truck, and we just spread everything apart. But yeah, Adam made his own tube recorder. He wants to give it a shot. But yeah, look at all that. We're just on top of a huge mountain that overlooks many, many, many mountains. Too bad you can't tell on the camera. It doesn't look as cool on the camera as it does in person. Yeah, just be sure not to put it on a tree with dry leaves on there. Yeah, that one will be pretty good. Yeah, the pig bacon grease is definitely going to work. I have high expectations for this, and I feel like it's definitely going to attract some critters. I mean, for sure we're going to hear things moving around. All right, we finally made it back. It took over 2 hours to do that. No, for real though, I have high expectations for this spot. David said he'll leave the fire ring here if we decide it's a good spot, which would be pretty cool. But he even said it. David said that Yowie keeps looking up there. I just heard something moving up there. Did you hear something? But anyways, he keeps looking up in that direction. I think that was a dove that we heard earlier. It just sounds like, yeah. But still, I heard it the first time. I'm like, what the hell is that? But yeah, I mean, like, if things move through this field, we'll be able to see it. It doesn't look that far away, but it's a long distance. Like I said, Adam, like it only looks like maybe 80 yards, 100 yards halfway through that field. It's way further. And you notice, like when we were driving with the truck, like it takes a while to get through there, and that's in a truck. Imagine walking. So the distance is deceiving. So I have some apples that I brought on this trip, and I'm gonna stick them on this thorn tree. See these big thorns? Stick the apple right there. They should stay, yeah. Check that out. All right, there we go. We have like 6 apples stuck to the tree. And the idea is they will come down that ridge, grab the apples, and come close to camp. He's got an audio recorder set up right over there. And I have another one if we need it. But even David was talking about, like, if they come from that hill behind us, which they probably will, because that specific trail, they block off the trees. I found all those broken saplings over there. The creek that comes from the conservation area pours into David's property, and that's where we think they're coming from. But yeah, they should be coming from that direction. And also we see the orbs, the lights up there on those ridges, and we're way up there in the woods at the campground. We can see them down this way, so fingers crossed, hopefully we capture something. And we're just having a good time. It's nice to get out and enjoy nature. What do you think, Yowie? Are you enjoying the great outdoors? He loves the field, and he's in his prime habitat. He's a cattle dog. David had a new calf, so he's been trying to keep it safe from predators, specifically the coyotes. But if you guys watched my last video where I seen the eyes in the woods, I did set up trail cameras all around these fields and way back there on his property bordering the conservation area. So I'm going to check them on this trip. I have the laptop, and hopefully there's something good on there, but I won't be surprised if there's nothing on there. Right now we're going to cook up some salmon, some broccoli, some rice, and we're going to get some protein and calories in us. All right, so Adam brought a big salmon fillet. That thing is huge. Look at that. And then I got some broccoli cooking up there, and some Cajun chicken rice cooking up on the side on the Coleman burner. What do you think, Adam?
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, I don't like going out and eating or pre-making food on trips like this because it gets that smell up in the air. It's just another way to attract them, and obviously a lot healthier.
Yeah, it's just another attractant, really, and it tastes better.
Yeah, it does taste better, a lot healthier. All around better. We're living like cavemen out here.
Yeah, unga bunga. Unga bunga.
He keeps looking back that way. We'll know when he starts barking tonight. If he's barking in that exact direction, we'll know that something had been around the entire time.
Well, I will say that Ozark Hairy Man has always been on point.
I know, right?
And the one time me and him liked that right there. He said, "Oh, this is the spot right here. This is it."
Yeah. And he'd never talked to David before. How would he know that that's where the Squatch are coming from? Because that's what David always said. He's like, they're coming from back there.
Well, they had all the game camera action right there.
They're
pulling them off the trees and throwing them and breaking them.
Yeah, they'd be ripping off the trail cameras, off the trees, and certain spots around here. He'd find deers with their necks broken, twisted like Twizzlers over there. And one time he found, like, I don't know what he said, like 6 or 8 deer in just one pile. The game warden by the Ozark Hairy Man said the same thing, because the Ozark Hairy Man lives by a conservation area in Missouri as well. He asked him, "What's the strangest thing you've ever found?" He said, "Well, this one time we found a pile of deer out there."
You know, my dad retired from the mines out here, right?
Yeah.
And he told me that there was a guy that came into work that was convinced that conservation was killing deer and putting them all in one pile.
Really?
This is just a whole pile of dead deer. And it makes you wonder if maybe
totally the Squatch
these things
doing
were doing it.
It's hard to say on a lot of things if it was a Squatch, because humans have hands and so do these things. So what twisted the tree, what stacked the rocks, what put a dead deer on your porch? Was it a person or a Sasquatch?
It's a little weird person.
Mm-hmm.
Out here?
I know.
How many people you see?
Let's see, 1, 2.
I'm an alien. I'm from a different planet.
Yeah. So I was thinking that eye shine in your last video, I thought that was like at the creek. That was up on the roof?
It was on the roof.
What the heck? Yeah, I saw the next video you made where you're standing in the same spot during the day and then you kind of flip it to the nighttime footage.
Yeah, transition.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, that's on your house.
Everybody's like,
That's
raccoon.
creepy.
And I was hoping it was a raccoon, but I don't think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Not no more.
Yeah. Mm.
Terrifying.
Have you guys been hearing something walking on the roof? Like,
No.
I get a lot of reports where they're like, it ran on the roof.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be laying there. I'm so paranoid now that I'll be laying there and I'll hear something move.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first thing that jumps to my mind is, oh God, it's on the roof. Freaky. And in every window in their house, you know, you're like watching the windows, just waiting for something to be looking in.
Yeah, because you guys have had the Sasquatch looking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this house is within, well, it's on my driveway basically.
Mm-hmm.
The windows in the bedrooms are real high up and they're real little bitty windows. Like, why? Did maybe the people that were there before that maybe know something?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I'm sure. Just like your neighbor
Either
Linda.
that or there was just really cheaper windows.
Right.
It's just hard to tell, but
Mm-hmm. Have you been hearing something moving up there as well? I know, I was hearing that earlier. Oh, I hear it. Yeah, I was looking too. I hear it, but it sounds like it's just like right there.
one down the creek.
I can't hear with this damn fire. Yeah, he was looking that way too. See anything worth noting?
I couldn't tell if it was a coyote or a...
Yeah, I heard that. Something running around back there.
Oh, looks terrible.
Doesn't it though? Night vision looks awful tonight. Or the thermal. Must be really humid. Cloudy out. What a bummer.
There's one heat signature, but it's small.
Yeah. I swear I saw a green light straight down that way. Let's see what that does. Yeah, I saw a light up there. Yeah, right about there. Dang it. The night vision doesn't work too good out here in this big field. What'd you see though?
It was a light that came on.
Well, right.
Like that.
Exactly where you see it, where you saw it at, is where we see them when we're up there camping, up there on that ridge.
That's it.
Yeah, we need to camp in that exact spot. Do you think it'd be dangerous to camp where the orbs are seen at the most?
See that?
Yeah, what is it?
Was that a wood knock?
I didn't hear that.
What is that?
I hear Yowie moving around. He's got restless legs. I heard like, I thought it was you though. I wasn't sure. Well, the wind's picking up. That's not going to be good for the audio. What a bummer. I figured the wind would die down at nighttime, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Why does this always happen when we camp out here?
I don't know.
I looked at the weather. It wasn't supposed to be cloudy today. Yeah.
We've been looking at it like, oh, we should. Yeah.
And no.
It's not, we have canceled in the past before because of weather.
Yeah, we have.
We'd have known.
Yeah, we could have. Moved it back a day or two. Sounds like something's moving over there.
Oh, that's right in that gully too. You can't see up in there.
No. So like right there where you're looking at is where I saw those eyes. About halfway up the ridge, or 3/4 of the way up the ridge, close to the camping zone, area X, and it was definitely strange. The feeling that I got though, I felt sick to my stomach, very nauseous, and then I looked over and saw the eyes. That didn't make me feel much better.
Yeah, I had a panic attack. I don't know how you do that stuff alone.
Well, I got a few screws loose up there, man. Get bored, and I'm into Bigfoot. With the combination of all three things, I get out there. But yeah,
The gate's locked.
The gate's locked. Nobody's up there, but I've seen them. They're kind of dim. They light up and then they go out.
Like you talked earlier, like a camera, an older style camera. Whoop.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it like a yellowish color almost?
Yeah, like a yellow. Oh man,
That's what
I
I
keep
see.
seeing it, but in the same direction. So I know I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but at least you're seeing it too.
Every time I shine the laser up there, something like that happens.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Let me grab my laser. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that one I got you's high powered.
Okay, now I got 2 lasers. Dude, there's something going on here. I'm seeing all kinds of orbs. What is that? No kidding. I know. Look at Yowie. He's like, ooh, happening. Dude, that is bright as hell. It's like you got 1,000 cops saying, freeze! I'm like, yeah. Or I feel like I'm in the Matrix. You know, like the green digits. Ooh, that's weird. But yeah, Adam said that when we shine the laser up on that ridge, we see the lights turn on. And I've noticed the same thing too. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm going to fall over. Why does it screw with your senses so much? Crazy. So I got my laser right here. I want to shine it at my eyes. There we go. That's weird. Well, we've had a lot of orb activity. That was pretty strange. I don't know what's up with all that. They were lighting up on that ridge though. Definitely means something. Makes me wonder what's going on that ridge that overlooks these fields. So I wanted to mention something that's on my mind. We are camping in the killing fields. This is their hunting grounds. So if we're in their kitchen per se, like where they hunt at night, and we scared all the deer out of here and we're in their hunting grounds, like it might tick them off and they might take it out on us. But I asked them to light up the woods, like show us the orbs, and I kid you not, we saw like an orange orb light up straight down through the killing field, and then a few up there on that ridge. But right then and there, Yowie went inside of the tent. Like he kind of had his head down, he kind of cowered down and just went in there right after I asked that.
I'm done.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because he was having fun, he was rolling around on the ground, and then he went in there. He could be tired, but the timing was
weird.
A little strange, a little off. But yeah, seriously, we're in their territory. Like I would hunt here. This is where anyone would hunt, any predator. And those lights are just kind of
I just seen a red one.
Did you?
Yes, it was going this way.
Did you?
Yes.
I was looking towards the camera.
Dude, it was like it didn't go out. I like lost it in the trees. Let's say
it definitely has you worked up. Tell me what you saw.
Like your camera can obviously see your night vision light. But let's say your naked eye, when I turn on the IR light, you can see the bulbs are lit red, but you can't see the light. That's what it looked like. It was one solid light. I'd say from here to there, it'd probably been the size of a basketball.
Like a basketball size?
I mean, it wasn't like huge. It was going toward up the hill. I think that's about where that trail's at. Yeah.
You want to walk up there?
I need to do something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something. definitely, like,
It was like I lost it behind a tree.
Uh-huh.
Like it was going and like poof, went out.
anytime we go up there, we have to bring an extra battery because your battery will go dead. Okay, another thing to make note of. I feel really weird right now. Do you feel weird? You kind of feel off a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, I told Adam to launch the thermal drone. We see something big back there, and it'll be a lot easier for him to launch his drone because it's smaller, it's quieter, and he's got 3 batteries.
So we're gonna fly the drone around. There's nothing.
See anything?
I've seen some armadillos. I'd be right back right in there, wouldn't it?
See where there's like a strip of woods? Look more that way. What the hell? Dude, what is that?
Are those a deer way out there?
Yeah, but what's... Okay, that is a deer. That's a deer. Shine it where... oh, what is that? Shine it where we've seen the orbs on the other ridge. After you get done looking at whatever you're looking at. Okay, so we've been hearing a few limb breaks. It's not the fire crackling up here on this ridge, and then we heard it over here by Adam's tent. Did you hear that again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see.
It could be the fire. Let me go check this
They're
out.
almost having a hard time seeing into there.
I know, it's kind of like getting really blurry. Ooh. Gotta watch these guidelines for the tent. Man, it's a serious trip hazard with this tent. I'm gonna have to put lights on the camp stakes. Oh my gosh. It could be the fire, but I don't think it is. So we're looking behind our camp. We've been hearing limb breaks back here. It's hard to tell, everything's so thick. I think that's his audio recorder, that's the light we're seeing. But we heard a few up here. Oh, I heard a wood knock. Did you hear it? Yeah, back here. Your recorder should pick that up, so when you hear me say, I heard a wood knock, pay attention. What's up with the wind, man? It's horrible.
Oh, look how slow the drone's moving in it.
Yeah, it's gusty up there. I told Adam to launch his drone because I didn't want to launch mine. I seriously have thermal drone PTSD. I really do. Like, I'm afraid to launch my drone.
That is a lot of money.
I know. You been rolling around cow poop? See anything worth noting?
I've seen deer.
Yeah?
Lots of deer.
I couldn't film it because I was trying to control Yowie. What the hell just happened?
Our drone just malfunctioned.
Dude, it was like...
It wouldn't land. It was going, it was doing whatever. It was just back
Dude,
and forth.
that was
I just
scary.
held it down so it would get on the ground.
Was it one to go back up? What was the deal with that? It seemed like it was trying to power back up after you landed it. You were like forcing it down.
Holding the power button on the back at the same time.
Yeah. That was weird. It didn't come back to where the launch pad was. It was like up there above those pine trees. And he tried to bring it in and it was like... Dude, that was
I was
scary.
just trying to come down. It kept trying to go towards the tree.
Yeah, it wanted to hit the tree. Weird.
All the stuff that happened here with the deer being killed, my theory is you got all these people that hunt over here rifle season. It's crazy. Those hunters is where a lot of your reports are coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these things are eating all the leftovers from the field dressings and all that, and then when all the hunters move out because rifle season's over, they're already in the area and they start moving over here.
I think so. I noticed that with the deer.
They're safe here.
Yeah, it's a safe zone.
So they follow the deer into here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that does make sense. It's an excellent theory.
There's lots of theories, but that's the only one I really come up with.
I still can't get over how many lights we saw tonight. That was kind of weird.
It was like we were communicating with the laser.
Yeah, it seemed like the laser activated the activity, and I don't know, it really spiced things up. Yowie's acting a little more active. When those orbs were lighting up, he went inside the tent though, so who knows. Well, I'd say we definitely had some activity. We heard a wood knock, some things thrashing through the woods, and we definitely saw the lights, but the wind really picked up, so we're just sitting around the fire listening, and it's kind of a bummer, but what can we do? It wasn't supposed to be windy today. It was supposed to be clear skies, nice weather, but unfortunately that's not the way things panned out. So we're just going to take it easy tonight and do some more research throughout the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. We'll see how it works. I was able to capture the orb phenomena with my camera using night lapse mode, and you can see on the ridge a few lights begin to appear, and it was definitely strange to experience, and it makes you question your own sanity. In person, the orbs would flicker on and flicker off, but we knew that we had witnessed the orb phenomenon. But on the GoPro, it seemed like they turned on and they stayed there the entire night. There seems to be an intelligence to them, and possibly we were being watched. I feel like the orbs are connected to the cryptid activity, and other people may disagree. All right, it's next morning. We survived. Not a whole lot happened that I know of, other than the minor activity we had last night with the orbs. I noticed over here, Yowie's just staring at something. Check this out. He was just sitting there looking into the woods, and I noticed this black shape. I can't see from here, so let's zoom in. It's probably a stump. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. All right, so today we got big plans. We're going to explore around the property and see what we can find. I'm going to check the trail cameras that I set up the last time, and fingers crossed we got something good. I'm going to fly the drone here in a bit, and we're going to look for critters. Hopefully the drone works out, and I'm going to keep it somewhat close. I'm not going to push it to its limits anymore, and I'm just going to be extra cautious. But yeah, if something did happen last night, I don't know, because it got really windy, and that's unfortunate. It seems like a lot of the times that I come out here, it just gets extremely windy. The orbs that we saw on that ridge definitely baffled me. There's something going on there. It really does remind me of Brown Mountain in North Carolina, just like a little mini version of it, but it's the same activity. There's no swamp over there, no water. So I don't know what would be causing it, but I feel like the origin of the activity is taking place there. But I don't know. We're gonna have to investigate over there a little more thoroughly and see what happens. Maybe in the future we'll camp exactly where those orbs are at. I also wanted to mention, I've noticed a lot of people haven't been watching the Killing Field videos, and I think YouTube is blocking my videos from hitting its reach, and it's not putting it out there for the public. So it's going to be up to you guys to look for the channel for new videos. Make sure you hit the bell notification. If you're subscribed, that's great. If you're not, be sure to subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and I can't do this without you guys. And maybe sometimes unsubscribing and resubscribing will recalibrate that. I'm not really sure, but I've noticed that all my videos just are taking a big hit lately, even if they're really good videos, really good interviews. The research trips used to do really good, but I don't know. I hear people say, oh, people are just busy. There can't be that many people busy in the United States. People enjoy these videos. So if you guys can, look for the new videos. And yeah, sorry. Yeah, we just took off after some rabbits and kind of got distracted there. But yeah, basically YouTube's blocking my videos from hitting its reach, okay? But I'm going to stop filming because the lens keeps getting foggy, and I'm tired of wiping down the camera.
Across North America, reported Bigfoot encounters follow a clear pattern: dense forests, river systems, and remote corridors with minimal human presence. The Killing Fields is nestled near natural travel routes, creeks, ridgelines, hollows, and game trails. These areas provide cover, water, and consistent prey. Many sightings occur within a few miles of water, especially where multiple drainages intersect. Audio recordings from remote areas capture sounds that fall outside known wildlife vocal ranges. A lack of evidence does not indicate absence, it suggests intelligence. Certain areas show repeated activity while nearby regions remain silent. One theory suggests a surviving hominid adapted to extreme isolation. Some encounters include phenomena that go beyond a biological explanation. This land shows repeated signs of activity that don't line up with random chance or known wildlife patterns. Tracks appear in places with no easy access. Tree structures are formed from living wood bent with deliberate force, and vocalizations captured here exceed the range and duration of any documented animal. Witnesses report the same sensations years apart: sudden silence, the feeling of being watched, and movement that stops the moment humans arrive. Whatever is operating in this area understands the terrain, avoids exposure, and leaves just enough evidence to be noticed without ever being seen. The Killing Fields doesn't feel empty, it feels occupied.
Alright, we're going through the laptop, seeing what kind of photos are on here. Alright, so I'm checking some of the trail cameras that I placed in the Killing Fields last time, and hopefully we have some wildlife on there and something unusual. I've been riding my e-bike all around these fields, stopping and checking each trail camera, and I bought a bunch of SD cards, so we'll see what's on there. Alright, now I think I'm going to fly the Autel Alpha drone, and I want to get it up in the air to see if we can find any critters, but it's important to get it out early, that way I have time to charge it up for the nighttime adventures. But we have some guests out here today, and they've been coming out here every now and then and doing research with us. We're going to take their side-by-side out into the park, drive around different Forest Service roads and see what we can find. Yesterday we placed up a bunch of audio recorders all throughout the conservation area, but unfortunately it was so windy I doubt we'll get too much, but they'll be out there tonight. Today's the perfect day to be doing Bigfoot research and just exploring the woods. And it sucks that it gets dark around 5:30. I can't wait for time change, but I'm not looking forward to the hot weather. The ticks, the bugs, the mosquitoes, snakes, whatever it may be, spiders. It just kind of sucks, especially the ticks and the poison ivy and just the loud sound from the bugs. And it's super hard to run audio in the summertime here in Missouri, but I'm enjoying the winter while it's still here. But it's starting to turn into spring, so that means all the little critters, as far as the snakes and the insects, they'll start coming out. But yeah, let's get at it.
So this is a limited edition Don Creased woodknocker from Minnesota. We got this from Minnesota with Chris when we was up there. I brought it all the way back to Missouri, stuck it in that pocket in the side of my lawn chair, and I've had it since. It sounds really good. You could just barely hit it, or you can really get it to travel.
Yeah, that sounds really good. You can give it a good knock. So where we're going to is like a little bit past the boneyard, but it butts up to that big pine thicket by the conservation area. And David claims his son seen some orbs floating around the dead cow out there one day, and he was kind of astonished because he didn't really believe in the orbs, or he was skeptical about it. Once he saw it, him and a friend of his, kind of blew his mind. But But yeah, that's the park right there. David told you I found all those twisted trees over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was really odd.
Yeah. Kind of a good spot. Notice how all these ridges just pour into this like certain area, or this particular area. It's like there's a drainage there, but those thick pines that we always talk about, it's just right there.
Yeah, there's some of the drainage.
Okay, the thermal camera isn't coming on. Let's see, the wide angle comes on. What about the zoom? The zoom's on, but nothing on the thermal camera is just black. So what I have to do is disconnect the gimbal, reconnect it, disconnect it, and reconnect it, and it takes a long time to take that thing off because it's really finicky. It's really hard to precisely screw that gimbal on there, which is a pain in the butt. If you have something serious to do and you need to launch that drone, it ain't happening with this one because it just might not work. So let's restart the entire thing. We have to shut off the remote, shut off the drone, take off the gimbal, put back on the gimbal, turn this back on, turn the drone back on, and repeat a few times until it finally decides to work. It's probably what it is. It's got like dirt in there. Pretty much let that turn on first and then turn this thing on. It seems to work a little better that way. So we'll see if it'll zoom past three times zoom. All right, it's going. Okay, it seems to be working. We want to check everything before we launch it. You don't want to find out in the sky if this thing's not operating correctly. So that one turned on, all right.
David, the farmer who owns the land known as the Killing Fields, began reporting incidents that went far beyond strange sounds in the woods. He claims deer were found piled in his fields with their necks snapped clean, as if dispatched with deliberate force. Trail cameras didn't just go missing, they were torn from trees and destroyed. He found rocks stacked in patterns where nothing had stood before. At night, he says balls of light drifted silently through the timber, and deep vocalizations echoed from the tree line. When he contacted the Forest Service, he was told there were Sasquatch inside the nearby state park and that officials were aware of them. They even claimed they had baited these creatures and photographed them. As the activity escalated and wildlife continued to die, David made it clear, if these things threatened his land or his cattle, he was prepared to defend it.
All right, so we're taking the Polaris side by side up on the ridge where we've seen the lights. David and Jim are up there running the metal detectors, and they wanted to look in that spot specifically, and a light bulb went off in my head. I thought that is genius, and I just want to look around there to see if we can find anything. I got some fig bars. I've heard from a lot of people, a lot of researchers, that the Sasquatch like fig bars. I have no idea. Maybe they do, and I'm gonna give it a try. It was only like $1, so I'm gonna leave that up there for them because they kind of put on a show for us last night, and I feel like the laser light really intensified the activity and kind of activated things. What are your thoughts about that?
I think so, because we didn't see nothing till then.
Yeah, they light up and then go out. That's exactly how it was on Brown Mountain in North Carolina. They just turn on and shut off. Of course, people will say it's people out there with flashlights, lightning bugs. There's no bugs out right now. No drone could fly through that woods, but I think it'll be interesting to look around there because when I explore there, I feel intense anxiety, like I can't breathe, like I'm about to pass out. And I don't know why that is, but I feel like it has something to do with the orb phenomenon for sure.
It's hilarious when people want to doubt it. If you doubt it, get out there yourselves. Experience it yourselves.
Yeah, I'm not screwing around. This is serious for me. It's not a game. It's not just a hobby. Like, I'm looking for answers for sure. I seen these orbs probably 30 yards away from me floating off. So I've seen them close up. I've never seen one in the daytime, but I've talked to people who have. One guy said an animal came out of it, like this white wolf creature. He said he saw the orb at a distance, and he said it shot right in front of him and then shot off into the sky. And then he said after it shot off into the sky, he looked right there in front of him. There's this wolf creature. He said it had black lips, all razor sharp teeth, and it was just sitting there wagging its tail. He said it didn't necessarily look like a canine, but it definitely didn't look like a feline. Like, it didn't look like a cat. I was like, well, what was it? He's like, I don't know.
It was all white?
Yeah, all white, pure white.
That's crazy. It
Yeah.
kind of sounds like the same sighting they were having at the Marley Woods.
Mm-hmm. A teacher in Georgia, I talked to her, and she said she was sitting at a conservation area, and she saw an orb, and it looked like a leg came out of the orb. She said that one was cat-like. It looked like a big mountain lion. It wasn't a mountain lion, though, but it looked similar to it. So animals have come out of these orbs. I've never seen that personally. I've just been surrounded by Sasquatch. They're whistling all around me. And when I went back an hour later, I saw the orbs floating through the woods. So, yeah, Bigfoot activity, and then an hour later, orb phenomenon. I feel like they're connected. No, but seriously, you know what happens when people dig in areas like this?
Yeah.
Exactly. We got the fig bars. We're setting it on this same tree that I put the apples on last time. We're going to keep doing this tree because we want to keep a repetitive pattern and build like some sort of truss with them. But that means like every time that we come here, they're going to be expecting us to put something there. I think after a long time of doing this, eventually we're going to get more activity because they're going to expect it. They're going to wood knock. They're going to break some limbs. Yeah. I definitely feel like they'll do something. Okay, we are standing in the spot where we see the orbs. And I cannot figure out what's causing the orbs to manifest, to be here. Like, why are they always right here? What are your guys' theories? Is it the trees? Are there certain rocks underneath? Is there a cave system, some sort of subterranean system underneath here? A giant buried underneath the land? Why is it only here in this specific spot that we see the orbs? I can't say it's only in this spot, but in this general location on the property. We have seen them over there on the other side of the campground. Like I said, they've been seen by the boneyard, which is not here, but still close. This side of the property. There's something here. It does look like a good break. Ouch. See that? One thing I have noticed about the ridge where all the orbs are seen at, that's where all the deer really like to bed at. I noticed that when I was hunting. They came out of this spot, so. Damn, I'm moving all over the place.
Who's next? Nice.
One shot, one kill. That was far away too. Was it pretty loud?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What do you think? That's going to attract their attention?
That got everything's attention.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good shot too.
Yeah, I feel like if they're around, they're going to be like, you know, they're like, what was that?
Yeah, and just so you know, I almost threw your camera.
Did you?
Like he's just.
You thought I was going to miss.
It scared me.
You thought I was going to miss.
Even with these, it scared me.
Oh, it scared the hell out of me. David's probably like, what in the world? Get in the house, Linda. All the cows
What in the
freaking took
world?
off. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
You'd be alright.
That wasn't us, David. I don't know who that was.
There's the aliens.
All right, we just shot the tannerite, and the idea behind that is it messes with the Sasquatch's senses, and they'll come in to check it out. It's worked in the past. I know it looks crazy, and people would think that is never going to work. If anything, you're going to scare off the wildlife, but we've had success with it in the past. And another researcher did that on a property where we were having serious activity, and the Sasquatch showed up. They were wood knocking all around, pushing over trees, and if you guys watch the channel, you've heard that whole situation, and it was pretty cool. But hopefully the same thing happens here. I've never tried it out here at the killing field, so I said, why not? Why not? Let's give it a go, and we'll see how things unfold tonight. There hasn't been anything really that's happened today. No strange vocalizations, no wood knocks, nothing out of the ordinary. But tonight could be a different story. You hear the footfalls though? You hear the footfalls though? Mary, do you hear that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I heard the doves. That didn't get my attention. Something's going through there. That's where I suspect they had come from after shooting the tannerite, is over there.
So you're probably right.
Yeah, it stopped up there. It sounds bigger than a dillo. Like it doesn't sound like a small critter.
Dog man.
Don't say that, Jim. I don't know, it definitely sounds like something big though. Doesn't sound like a little critter. Whatever it was, I don't hear it anymore. Did it sound like a big critter to you? Like a deer size? Yeah. It sounded bigger than an armadillo or a possum. I heard it. But the first one didn't sound like a coyote. That one did. I was hearing howls. I'm like, that doesn't sound like a dove. Dude, that's not a coyote.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Was that a one?
Like, dude. Yeah, far away. Dude, that was not a coyote. That sounded like stuff people have recorded like on the Pacific Northwest. In the Pacific Northwest.
Wait.
Do you hear that? Dude, do you hear that? Yeah, Something big moving up there. Something howling way over there. Over there by that property you guys wanted to buy.
This way, something moving.
Yeah, something's howling. It sounds just like the vocalizations they record in the Pacific Northwest. He just barked. They're here, I'm telling you. Alright, I didn't want to say it, but before the vocalization started, I saw a light up there. Turn on and shut off. What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like something big trumping through.
Yeah, I hear it. I heard it, and then Yowie started barking. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely something big moving through the woods. I was cooking food, and then I started hearing something big moving, and then Mary said, I hear something big, and then Yowie started barking. Alright, so we just heard some monstrous calls. I'm 99.9% it's Bigfoot. It sounds very similar to what the Olympic Project has recorded in the Pacific Northwest, and it sounded like it was coming from the east. I've heard vocalizations like this in the past. I mean, it was huge, it was monstrous. So right now I'm heading up this ridge in the dark, probably about, I don't know, I'd say like a quarter mile away from camp. And I'm gonna go high up, and I'm gonna set up my fancy audio recorder. I bought this a long time ago when I started doing research. I just rarely use it because the Olympus recorders are just so easy to use. But this is the Zoom H6 audio recorder, and I have two Rode, I think they're dynamic microphones that'll be plugged up into the recorder. So the recorder will have several mics, and then I'll have the external microphones, and I use XLR cables with the recorder, but I'm gonna get as high up as possible, aim them in the directions where I think the vocalizations are coming from. When I get up there, I'm gonna communicate with Adam and give him the signal. The signal will be me doing a Bigfoot call, and he's gonna wait 10 seconds and then do a wood knock with the beaver stick. But yeah, guys, wish me luck. Oh man, it's spooky as heck walking up here. There's the conservation fence. David had a conservation agent that set up a hog pen right there because in the past he was having issues with the hogs destroying his fields, and I kind of think that that's the reason, one of the reasons the Sasquatch were here. They follow the food. And Adam had a very good theory. When all the people were out in the state park hunting, they pushed the deer onto David's land because it's a safe zone for them, but in turn the Sasquatch follow the deer, and that's why he starts finding mutilated deer. Deer's piled up or just killed in the field. Their necks will be broken, and it doesn't seem right. But man, it's really spooky up here, and it's a pretty long ways to get up this ridge. So hopefully we can set up the audio recorder and get this done in a timely manner, because like I said, they're vocalizing, and it was definitely not a coyote. I don't know what else would have done that. All right, I made it to the top of the ridge.
Okay, copy that.
All right, we have the Zoom H6 audio recorder going. There's the Rode microphones, and then this thing has a few microphones on it. and they're facing in the directions where we heard the vocalizations. All right, I'm gonna do a loud call. I'm not sure if it's a Bigfoot call, but I'm gonna do a loud call, and Adam's going to reply with the wood knock. So let's do it. We'll see if this microphone will pick it up, if those microphones will pick it up. Hopefully they do pick up the wood knock down at camp, and that'll let us know that the recorder will extend that far. But it's definitely a lot windier up on these mountains than down below in the fields, but let's give it a go. All right, I'm gonna do a vocalization, okay? Do a wood knock about 10 seconds after the vocal.
Copy that.
Oh yeah, I could hear that wood knock. I don't know if you guys heard it, but when I did that vocalization, it echoed through all the valleys. Wow, it's spooky out here. I hear something moving over there in the conservation area. All right, I'm gonna make my way back towards camp, cook some food, and hopefully we get some action tonight, guys. I mean, we already have, but hopefully we get some more action. We're thinking that the recorders out in the state park picked up those vocalizations, because we kind of guesstimated where that male Bigfoot was calling at, and I just guessed where we're at on the map, and then I looked at my map where I set up my audio recorders. It's pretty much in the same area, so fingers crossed we get something on there. There's no promises, but we're definitely trying, guys. If you want, go ahead and launch that drone. I mean, we don't know if it's gonna get super windy or not, and right now you got a pretty good window of opportunity. I hear things moving around me on this center ridge, and I'm not sure if it's little critters. So you got it turned on, you might as well throw it up in the air. Yeah, there's something up here, but I'm not sure what it is. There's something moving right over there. Hopefully the tannerite didn't tick them off. Yeah, hopefully the tannerite didn't tick them off. I'm definitely not here to screw with them. When they showed up at the Mark Twain after we shot the tannerite, they weren't mad. They just showed up and spooked us and kind of hung out for about an hour or two and then moved off. They just pretty much came in to see like what the heck was going on. So Adam has the drone up in the air. He's looking for wildlife, any signs of cryptids, but as I was walking back through here, something was paralleling me and it was snapping limbs and saplings. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely weird. All right, Adam sees a light. It's too hard to pick up from here. Yeah, I see it. Kind of dimmed out, didn't it? Dude, there's a light. Come look on my camera. What is it, buddy? He's looking behind your truck.
Behind mine?
Yeah.
Great, I gotta walk over there.
What is it, boy?
What is it, Yowie? If he starts barking, we're gonna have problems.
I knew I should have brought my gun over here.
Well, I can tell you one thing. He never just barks for no reason.
Also got the radiation detector. We don't know if these things are radioactive, but if one walks in here and I go back on this and we had a high spike, maybe Bigfoot's radioactive. We don't know. We may find out. We don't know if we will find out, but we have it. There's a lot of weird anomalies here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. We haven't heard any more vocalizations, nothing weird. We've heard a few animals moving, but like I said, we have audio recorders all over the park, and I have my main audio recorder up on that ridge. Hopefully they fire off, but I feel like they vocalized as soon as it started getting dark and right at dark, and then just shut off. But when they did, the coyotes started yipping a little bit, but they sounded scared when they were yipping. And then we heard that monstrous call. It was prehistoric. Like, I can't replicate what I heard. It was just like, whoa. It sounded next level for sure. Like, it was definitely not coyotes, but we thought we've seen some strange lights. Adam's got his taser out, and we're just out here trying to conjure up something. I'm getting ready to fly my thermal drone to see if we can find anything with that. But other than that, I don't know what else to do other than to go out to the middle of the park and just start walking in the dark till morning time. No, we're not going to do that, but it'd be cool. How scary would that be, Adam?
Terrifying.
That would be. If you're out there alone walking in the park. Like, I've done it in the park around here, but I'm talking about like the dead center of the park, like miles away from here. There's no houses around out there. Just Forest Service roads. It'd be freaky to walk out there by yourself at night. But, I mean, the night's still young. Like I said, we're going to launch a thermal drone. We might walk around here. I mean, obviously we will, but I'm saying, like, up the four-wheeler trails that David has. We'll walk around there, and we'll see what happens.
We're thinking about setting off another round of tannerite. I come up with it's like a light bulb theory, real quick theory. There's a lot of poaching that happens out here. I hunt in this area. I've seen the hunting and the poaching that has happened here. If we do tannerite out here, that might be like ringing a dinner bell for these things. Because these guys out here, they're not just shooting deer and taking the whole deer. They're cutting out just the back straps. I've seen it. I don't know how many deer I've seen on the side of the roads out here with just the back straps gone.
Well, when we were camping at the campground, remember those people turn on the spotlight and they were driving, and then they saw our campfire and they shut it off?
That's what they were doing, dude. They're road riding looking for deer.
Well, they found the wrong people. But yeah, it's a good theory. Like, if they hear a boom at nighttime, maybe they'll come in. You want to shoot another round of tannerite?
Like you said, shoot some tannerite. I have a big spotlight over there. You'll be able to see it with your scope. Wait a little bit and put the big drone in the air. If we hear something, then we'll be able to dial in on that thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's give it a shot, because earlier, I mean, we definitely heard vocalizations, like you said, shortly after that. And I think it'd be cool to hear it on the audio recorder, hear that boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right,
Let's
give
do
it a
this.
shot. Yeah, we'll put Yowie in your vehicle that way.
Hut, break.
To kind of dampen his ears a little bit.
Target down.
Is that kind of cool or what?
Oh yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, we just shot the tannerite. It was a super loud explosion. And like Adam said, it seems to be even louder at nighttime when everything's quiet. But we came back. I told them, hey, let's just sit in the chairs before we launch the drone and see if they vocalize again. There was something moving over there by the creek, and it was snapping limbs and sticks as it moved. I still kind of hear it moving. Do you? Yeah. Wonder what that is.
Behind you, a little to your left.
Yeah, yeah. It seems to be following the waterway, the creek. We're up here on the ridge at the old campground. We've been hearing some strange sounds, a lot of strange feelings up here. Don't know how to describe it. Alright, you do a call and then I'll do a call. Dude, you see that light back there? You see that? Look that way. This way, towards like David's house. That way. Did that not light up? Is that just me? It wasn't like that. Do you see that? Like the skyline?
Oh yeah.
What is that?
All bright.
I know. It's like somebody's got a spotlight out in the woods. What the hell? It wasn't like that. Does that seem bright to you?
It seems a little extra bright, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Like a moon's about to come over the hill, but we don't have any moon casting right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that thermal camera never came on. Alright, so this is the second time I've had to load the drone back on, put the gimbal on, and the wide camera actually came on before. None of the cameras turned on. Zoom camera's on, and nothing on the IR camera. Just blank screen over and over again. It's a midnight tonight. I'm just trying to fly my drone, but I can't do it because the thermal camera doesn't want to come on. But night mode, nothing. Go back to zoom. There we go, got an image. But I don't need that at nighttime. Wow. So we gotta do this a third time, man.
Okay, so he's got the drone in the air, and we just heard a knock.
Dude, that was a
off in the
powerful
park.
knock. Alright, I'm gonna fly it towards.
Oh, he's working his way that way now.
So it was over here, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say that's about the right direction there.
Do you think they were warning that I got the drone up?
It could be.
It sounded like a gunshot knock. There's nobody shooting right now. Other than us, we shot some tannerite, but nobody's like at the shooting range.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't sound like a gunshot to me.
But it was gunshot loud.
You're in about the right area.
They wasn't that far away from us. What'd you hear before the wood knock, though?
It sounded like two small knocks.
Okay.
Two of them. Needle in a haystack. Even with a thermal drone.
It really is. There's so much to look at.
What was that?
That was us. Oh, wait. What is that?
Oh, it is those.
Is that Yowie? No, that is us. So somewhere over here. Feels eerie, doesn't it? Got like extra quiet.
Yeah, the frogs quit.
Yeah, notice when that loud wood knock happened, like things just changed.
What's that?
What? This?
Yeah. That's a deer.
Yeah, that's us three deer.
Yeah, it is like extra quiet right now.
Yeah, my ears hurt.
Yeah.
My ears. I can hear the ringing in my ears.
I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible.
Record.
Yeah, I am.
Do you see my face? That's serious shit right there. What was that?
I don't know. Oh man, when you looked at non-focused.
It's like you trying to put your chain back on your bike. I'm in that same mode.
Yeah. Now you understand a little bit?
I do.
It's gonna be a long night.
That's right. Dude, that was freaky as hell.
I know. I thought I heard something.
Well, you know my audio recorder picked that up. That's too close for it not to. No, dude, I can't even replicate that sound.
Yeah, no, it's impossible.
Screech was horrifying, man.
It did. It was right there, and it was super loud. You were like,
I thought it was over there, and then I thought it was above us.
it was over here.
No shit.
All you could hear was your fingers fiddling, and it went. Reet! You like stopped and looked right at me, like. I said, "What is that?" Oh, it came back. Go away! Why is it flying around doing that? I don't like it. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but I don't like them.
All right, so when I was flying the drone, Adam said, hey, do you hear that? Then I heard loud, powerful wood knock. It was powerful. And when I was bringing the drone down, we heard some sort of screeching sound. Maybe it was like a blue heron, like a stork or something. I don't know. What do you think it was, Adam? I said crawler or rake. I don't know, honestly. It sounded eerie, though. It was like a screech. It wasn't a screech owl. It was a screech eerie sound. Yeah, it was weird. I swear I heard it over there and then like straight above us, but you said it was like over there. I don't know what it was. Yeah. It was crazy. I don't know. But that knock, it was definitely over there. Is that where you heard it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, where David hung the banana when I first interviewed him and made the in-person documentary interview. Where they'd rip off the trail cameras, where the creek comes out of the conservation area, where you hung the cow skull on the fence post.
Where we heard the wood knock last night when I was flying my drone, it's the same direction.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear that?
That was one.
Yeah, that was a knock, wasn't it?
I heard that.
That was a good, clean, crisp one.
Yeah. That was by my recorder, wasn't it? Oh, do you hear it? Again? Oh, hang on, don't make no noise. Dude, they're coming. They're coming. I smelled it too. Smells like feces, doesn't it?
Yeah, it smells like rotten sock. It smells like a really big foot.
They're knocking. Up there. Alright, go get a battery. They're wood knocking up here behind us on this ridge. No joke, those are Bigfoot knocks. Yep, they're wood knocking right behind us. Oh boy, it's happening. I can't believe it. Yep, they're up there knocking away. He's looking back there. We're hearing strange vocalizations again. It sounded like some gunshots in the park. We're not sure if it was wood knocks, but there's definitely something going on. Wow. The activity tonight is off the charts. I told you, man, it's the most active night I've ever had at the Killing Fields. It's like 1 in the morning and things are popping off. I figured it died down around this time, but it picked up. All I got to say is the audio recorders are running, and it should be a fun time checking them.
See, that to me wasn't like consistent enough to be gunshots. Linda was telling me and Mary about the neighbors. Their Great Pyrenees and their Beagle both went missing, and then their new neighbors that live on the same private drive had their husky go missing. And that's why David refused to get a dog, because he was afraid the dog would just go missing. So we've really had our eye on Yowie since then.
I know. I'm worried about that because he'll bark and growl if something's nearby. And sometimes stuff we never hear or see. So he picks up on something, but I know that puts Yowie on their target list.
Yeah, well, he's not a normal outside dog. He's always with you. I mean, he's always right there. And if he's here at camp, he's in the tent.
Yeah.
He's a smart boy.
Yeah.
A lot of these people have big outside dogs that stay outside.
Mm-hmm.
They're easy prey.
Well, I told myself if it's active, I'm staying another night. If more stuff happens, I'm staying another night. Things continue happening, I'm just going to stay out here. If nothing happens, I'm going to go home after 2 days. Because I can't afford to be out here. Alright, it's the next day. And we're pretty tired, but I'm satisfied with the activity that we experienced. And just to give you guys a better point of view, we heard a loud, powerful wood knock right over there on the other side of his tent. One was wood knocking up there. I feel like it was them because they can watch us. We even talked about it when we first got here. Like, if one shows up, it's going to be up there on that hill watching us down here in these fields. But we're their entertainment. We were cooking food, hanging out, and we also have the apples right there, the bacon grease, and it makes sense why it was wood knocking. There's that weird screech sound up there. We could hear big animals moving through the forest, and those vocalizations were way over there, way over that way. What else did we experience, Adam? Anything strange?
We didn't see any weird lights last night, which is odd.
Mm-hmm.
Not one time we go, oh.
I know.
We were the first night.
And I had my camera actually set up to record that stuff.
After we heard that loud
Not
wood
much
knock
happened.
and your battery went dead on your drone, you put it down, and then we went up to the hill to get signal, check in with the families, come back down here, and we were winding down, and we started hearing that knocking and big breaking and movement coming through up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see nothing on thermal, but it was loud. It was loud.
It sure was. That wood knock, when I had the drone up, that was powerful. I mean, it was scary loud.
I didn't get any of that stuff on my camera because opened it up, it's dead, and I'm like, you're like,
Yeah, when it was
Listening.
knocking, I remember you went over there. Yeah, we was making some noise. It was hard to hear with Yowie walking around me.
Yeah, but that up there was loud.
Yeah.
And then those vocalizations, we couldn't tell. It was far enough out, we couldn't tell if it was an owl or what. But then the owl started going nuts. But up there, that way, the direction of that loud would knock.
It was so loud. It wasn't that far off.
It was a gunshot loud, but it did not sound like a gunshot.
No, it wasn't a gunshot. And then there's that thing. It sounded like somebody hitting like a bunch of potholes with a
Yeah.
trailer at like 1 a.m, but
To
it
me,
wasn't.
It was like a gorilla.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a loud, crashing bang sound. Well, the Killing Fields lives up to its name. It's no joke out here. There's something weird going on.
It's been wicked.
Mm-hmm. It seems like it was knocking from up here. Like our stuff's down there. So it had to have been right up there because we couldn't see anything with the thermal device. So he had to be in the thick stuff. Yeah, so I think it was somewhere in here. There's a lot of buck rubs up here. But yeah, he was wood knocking from up here. But yeah, this is the area that we even said when we first arrived that if they show up anywhere, it's going to be on top of this hill. They can throw rocks, wood knock, or watch us and kind of disappear. I don't know what kind of track that is, but it's weird. You got a 3-toed track. You think that's an elk track? Look at that. Look how big the hooves are. Then you got the 2 back ones. I'm not familiar with elk too much, so if somebody knows, what do you guys think that is? What'd you find?
Well, it looks kind of like a track.
Whoa, right there too. Look at that. See that? Oh man, you can't tell on the camera. There's a track, right? Like right there to right there.
Extension.
Yeah. And then there's another one. Yeah,
That's
this one.
one. I just picked up leaves out of this one.
Did you step there in there?
That's for me right there.
Okay. Wow. Good find, man. So size 11. That looks like, shoot, it goes way past my foot.
Man, It could possibly be a trap.
I think so, and it's the direction. See, we're camped right down there in that bottom. That's where the wood knocks were, man.
If you look at it from this way, it kind of looks like big toes here. Pinky toe.
It could be, yeah.
But it could be, yeah, just as well be going that way too.
Yeah. Good find, man. We're kind of walking in a line going back towards camp about 30-40 yards apart so we can find any bit of sign. But it seems like he found a track back there. That definitely looked like a track. And we're also looking for deer antlers because they're losing their horns, but we've found some strange breaks in here. It's definitely like a jungle in here. I can't imagine how thick it is during the spring and summertime. That's definitely strange. How in the world would that get all the way up there? Alright, we are cooking up some tamales. They got a little burnt when we were exploring, but they will be good. Okay, so I was walking into the tent. Adam was sitting there in the chair, and I was going to put on some moisturizer on my face because my face likes to dry out really bad. But anyways, as I was going into the Cabela's tent, there was a loud knock. I mean, I heard it, and I was going in the tent, and I turned around, I'm like, was that a wood knock? He goes, that way. But it sounded like this, just like that. But over there, his recorder wasn't going, but I have the Zoom H6 way up there on that hill with the directional microphones. I don't think they're condenser microphones. I'm not sure what kind they are, but they're really good microphones. But yeah, Adam went ahead and set up his audio recorder right here. He's had it going pretty much the whole time. It just ran out of battery recently, but we do have an audio recorder around our camp. It's kind of hard with this little guy running around doing his thing. But yeah, we ate some tamales, some strawberries, some jalapeno summer sausage. That smell's getting up in the air. So I wonder if it gets them like active now.
Tannerite and tamales.
Yeah, tannerite and tamales. It's the name of this series.
Some blueberries, Mr. Squatch.
Yeah, thank you. Very good.
Maybe the smell will bring a man a little closer. Come on over, little buddy.
I think so for sure. We're looking for tracks in the watering hole, but look at this. Check this out. Do you see that? Feel like if it was a squatch, it'd be much deeper. But doesn't it look like a track?
Well, if it was done when it was cold.
That's true. Yeah, it could be older. There's tracks all over the place though. And that one you found over there kind of looks similar to that. I got the GoPro on time-lapse mode. It's connected to a solar panel external battery, and the idea is to capture something if it walks across that field. Adam's flying the DJI drone. How do you like it compared to the Autel?
A lot better.
Really? The joystick feels a lot better.
Everything's smoother. The camera don't blur from side to side. It's not so jerky. And
yeah. The color, the contrast looks really good.
The gimbal's extremely smooth on it. It's not like shaking and making it hard to look what you're looking at.
The shutter speed, the ISO, the FPS, everything looks really good.
It's amazing.
I know, that's a $200 drone.
Makes me wish I would have went with DJI.
David says there's a big black bear back there. Was that the game warden that told you that?
No, it's conservation.
Okay.
Hog trapper guy.
Is he the one that set up the hog trap back there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you've gotten a photo of a black bear over there.
Yes, by accident.
Yeah. So David's been hanging out here. When I walked over to my tent, we heard some limbs snapping. It seems like when I go to my tent, they'll do something. I don't know why that is. Let me know down in the comments what your guys' thoughts are. I've heard people say, like, if you separate, they'll make a sound, like they'll wood knock or break a limb. They don't like it when people separate and go in opposite directions. Yeah, say hi. Say hi. People want to say hi to you. Say hi. Good boy. He's a good boy.
If you borrowed it from somebody, why didn't you take it back? Oh no. Yeah, well, you can buy them somewhere up above Farmington there somewhere.
Well, the wind's really pounding up here, but let's hit record.
Be something killed about every 2 weeks. It was right on schedule.
They do it every 2 weeks?
Yep, every 2 weeks.
Well, at my house, it seemed like they showed up every 2 weeks.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they'd be walking in the wood line at nighttime.
It was, there was a deer being killed or a turkey or something be killed or a cow. Seemed like whatever they would kill, and they wouldn't eat it right away either. It'd almost rot before they'd come get it. The buzzards wouldn't eat it. That's what really, and I told my cousins, I said, you guys don't believe me what I'm telling you, but just come up there and let me show you what I got, what everything, and then you tell me what it is, doing it. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't even come up here. If it got this time of night, they was gone. They'd leave.
Yeah, hard to get people to help you when you got a situation like that.
Well, they don't even want you to talk about it, you know.
Did they not believe at all?
They just tell me to hush up.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of weird. They put that deer where you guys were sitting at. Broke its neck.
Yes, they did. That just proved to me that they knew we was there the whole time we was sitting there.
Yeah.
Spotlighting the field, trying to see what if there was something coming in the field that was killing everything. Never seen nothing.
Well, they had been
Always
close to you guys.
Seen bobcats, coyotes, armadillos, rabbits, and all that stuff out there in the field. Didn't see anything that was a predator, really, you know, that was big enough to take a deer down and break its neck.
It's almost like they were telling you, we've been watching you the whole time.
That's exactly the thing
That's the message.
we're just letting you know that we know what you're doing, that we've been watching you. I never knowed anything about wood knocking or breaking trees or anything. It took years to figure all that stuff out.
Yeah. By the time you figure it out, it's too late. That's how it was with me. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
if I would have known what I know now, I could have went about it a little differently.
Well, that USDA guy that come up here that told me that I had something that didn't exist, and I was putting that camera on that deer that we found down there, right down there, and that thing come off that tree, that hill right there. It come a busting off down that hill, breaking stuff, and I had my old mule, and the camera was sitting on my dash running. Videotaping me putting that camera up on that dead deer. And it was sitting there idling. And that thing was making so much racket coming off that hill right there that camera picked it up. Loud and clear.
Wow.
And I got back home and I told Linda, something come off that hill. And I said, I come home. She said, well, what was it? I said, I don't know. She said, well, why didn't you stay and see what it was? I said, Linda, let me just show you. So I backplayed that little video of that, and it scared her. She was almost ready to move. She said, what is that? I said, well, I don't know what it is, but I wasn't sticking around to find out. It sounded like an elephant coming off that hill.
Where were you guys sitting at when they put the deer, though? At the...
On the other side over there, where
Okay.
just below the house.
Have they ever done that at the campground where we've camped at? Do you ever find any deer up there? Or is it mainly around
No, it's
the
been
fields?
around these fields.
Okay.
That deer over there, I haven't found very many deer over there on that side. I have found turkeys and probably maybe 3 deer in the last 16, 17 years over there on that side. But I don't find many turkeys over here. But usually the killing stuff is over here.
Where we're camping at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, down there. Right down there.
Like halfway down the field, or?
No, right there. About 150 yards from here.
Okay. Well, that's what I was telling Adam.
And about 100 yards and on down to the end down there.
I was telling Adam we might tick them off being in their kitchen. So normally we're up there.
I can guarantee you they know you're here.
Yeah, we're up there in their hallway. Right now we're in their kitchen. We're in their way. And we done scared out the food, but I don't know if it was the tannerite, us cooking, putting up apples, bacon grease, or us just being here, but they let us know it last night.
Well,
they get upset if you get in their way.
I've got my, as silly as it sounds, when I made my deal with them, I've tried to keep my deal with them because I got to live here and I don't want my animals killed. I don't want my calves killed. I had a cow that I'd raised from a little calf off a bottle that I kept, and she was my pet. I could use her to get all the cows that come to the barn where I could load them up to sell them. But she'd always come wherever I was at. And she was killed right over there, right down there by that camera that you got facing this way. That was her bones right there.
Really?
She was fine one day and dead the next. And that, to me, that was kind of one of them I'll show you things, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever I must have done something that they didn't. Because I thought a lot of that old cow, didn't matter where she was at, she'd like a dog, she'd come running.
I was saying the same thing.
Are they coming this way?
She came out through the middle and then she's heading up towards the road, looking for your feed. It might be the bull, but there's something massive.
Oh, dude, it just moved to the left.
I can't zoom in that
that's
far.
some cows coming.
Yeah, well, I kind of see it. I don't know. I think it is, yeah. Yep.
Okay, so it's almost nighttime, and we're hoping we get some activity. David just left, but the cows are coming down the killing fields. The bulls are coming towards us. Hopefully they see Yowie, see us here, and go somewhere else, but they might not. Makes me wonder why they switched to different fields. Obviously, cows will do that, but if there's certain predators around, I wonder if they move around to different areas. But they're making their way towards us, and I do have the audio recorder set up. Hopefully the Sasquatch repeat what they did last night so we can capture it. And yeah, I already had enough audio recorders out in the park, so I didn't set up anything else. I have my camera here, so if something happens I can record it, but yesterday was so far away, and I set up that audio recorder afterwards. You just never know where they're gonna vocalize at. So I mean, I can set one up around here. You probably won't be able to hear it, but my rule of thumb is when you hear it, go over there and set up the audio recorder. And that's what I've always done. And when I listened to Ron Moorhead, he said the same thing. They were hearing them in the Sierra Nevadas, and he went up there with a tape recorder and like set it where they were vocalizing at, because there's a lot of woods out here. Just because you have one out doesn't mean you're gonna capture it. You kind of have to hone in on where the activity's taking place at. But yeah, we're cooking us some food. Hopefully the wind dies down and we have another good night. If anything, we're gonna have fun camping and just being out in the outdoors. What did you just hear?
Did you hear that?
No, what was it?
It was a vocalization of some sort. It was either cow or something. Whoa, whoa.
Could be cows. All right, I'm up here at the campground by myself. Adam went up to David's place to take care of some business, and I haven't heard anything. There hasn't been any wood knocks, any vocalizations. The wind is dying down, and yeah, it was really interesting hearing David's take on the activity that he experienced. And I got to the point where he said, whatever this thing is, he's going to take it out. And you know, it came down to that point. So I definitely understand where he's coming from. I mean, they're killing his baby calves, the cattle, the deer, and he didn't know what it was. And I remember him telling me before that he thought it was the neighbors poaching on his property, and he got really upset about it and confronted them, and they said, it's not us, we're not the ones doing it. And I think he ended up like locking up the property, and it was still happening, and he knew that he had a serious issue. But another thing that struck me is he said the killing would happen right here, like pretty much where we're camping at right now. So that's a little unnerving. I noticed when I was going through the fields, I'd see bones all over the place. And I'm like, man, there must be a lot of coyotes around here, which there are. But there's also other things. The waterways pour out of the conservation area onto his property. And as you guys know, critters follow the waterways, and so do the hairy people. But Adam and I were talking about it, like, you know, I was telling him about my dogman experience that I had where I live at, and I just heard the thing, I didn't see it, and it was definitely god awful. But I told him, you know, I don't live that far away from town. It's a small town out in the country. I mean, it's like an old country town, but still, I don't live too far away from there, and that thing vocalized there. Like, imagine what's out here in the deep. And this conservation area is huge, but it's surrounded by the Mark Twain National Forest, so God only knows what's in here. I feel like talking about this stuff possibly conjures it up, and that's from my own personal experiences. Like, it seems like when you talk about it, it happens, but later on, I've listened to what the natives have had to say about Sasquatch, and like, don't talk about it because they'll show up. And I was like, wow, that's exactly what I experienced off of the Merrimack River. I was talking about Bigfoot with another person, and they showed up, which is weird. I don't know if you guys, the listeners, have experiences with Bigfoot, but it seems like if you talk about something, it'll happen. Like, for example, I've had experiences where I'm like, I haven't heard a wood knock all day, and then pow, loud wood knock, clear as day. It's like, well, that's weird. One time, I was at a buddy's place in the Mark Twain National Forest, and I told him on my audio recorder that I set up every night, they'll hit this metal pan, because he had a metal pan on a tree, and he'd he'd use it for like target practice. But they'd come up there and ting, hit the metal pan. I mean, this would be like at 1, 2, or 3 in the morning, and it was something that I always heard on the audio recorder. But we're sitting in his yard inside a tent around February. It's super cold and windy. We're inside a hot tent, and I was telling him about that. Hey, something's coming up and hitting that pan really loud. Ping. And as soon as I said that, ping, we hear it out in the woods, out in the wood line. And I was like, there it is again. Like, it knew we were talking about it. Weird. It's almost like they can understand us, but I do feel like there is a form of telepathy there. I don't know. I haven't personally communicated with Sasquatch through telepathy, but I believe the people that have had those experiences, not everybody, but some people do sound convincing. And I've heard scientists talk about telepathy and the studies that have been done in the past, and I don't know, Christians have a different perspective of it, so I just remain open-minded. Like, is it a thing? Yes. Am I gonna do it? Probably not. Do I want to experience it? No. But my point is, can the Sasquatch do it? Absolutely. From what I've heard, from what I've experienced. I haven't heard like a Bigfoot in my mind, but like I said, I'd be talking about the activity and then they would do it, which is kind of weird. But yeah, let's do some research. I don't want to talk your guys' ear off. Adam's coming back, so we'll get things done. Okay, so no activity so far. It's still really windy, so I feel like we're kind of wasting our time out here on these windy days, but you never know what'll happen. And we talked about it. Just because you don't see something with the thermal device or the thermal drone, that doesn't mean they're not around. And we kind of experienced that last night. We flew it around, we saw some deer, we could see the cattle and stuff, but I didn't see anything strange. And then we started hearing strange noises. It was definitely a loud wood knock back there behind his tent, and didn't see it on the thermal drone, but we definitely heard it. I mean, it was powerful. Definitely like somebody took a wooden baseball bat, just hit a tree super hard. Like I said, not that far away from his tent. I think Adam's got the Himalayan bull out. He got me one too. I just think it looks cool, and I definitely appreciate other cultures. I know the Christians out there are going to say everything's demonic, which I don't know much about it. I mean, I'll be honest, but it seems harmless to me. It sounds cool. We had a few researchers use them. It definitely did spike up the activity. People say that the Sasquatch operate off of a different frequency, so we'll see. Let's go see what Adam's doing. I'm really curious now. It's kind of cool. He's like doing cartwheels and stuff all around me. If anything, it'll definitely spike up the orb activity. I hear stuff moving on the ridge behind you. Keep it going.
I'm doing it, Miguel. I'm doing it.
We are breaking everything down. We didn't hear anything last night or today, but the real work begins. We're going home. We're going to check all the audio, all the files, and we plan on coming back out here very soon. We definitely know they're around. All the recent trips, we've gotten a lot more activity than what we did in the past, so we'll see what happens. And if you guys can, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Sasquatch Theory. It really helps me out. And keep watching the videos, because that's the only way we can continue doing research. But I appreciate the people who have supported the channel. You guys are great. And all the new viewers, if you guys can, be sure to tune in to all the future episodes. Until the next one, you guys take care.